When you were younger, what did you want to be when you were older? And if you could change what you do now, would you do that? I was quite fortunate growing up to know exactly what I wanted to do when I was older. More than anything else, I wanted to be a dolphin. Obviously. And if I could change what I do now to be said dolphin, I wouldn't. I'm not a very good swimmer. I have no intention to be. And at school, my technique was so bad, my teacher said it looked like I was swimming with one arm tied behind my back. Which is funny, but not a dolphin then. If you're anything like me, your aspirations have changed. So why do we ask young people, what do you want to be when you grow up? From spending the last 3 years engaging students, teachers, and businesses in careers education, I've noticed something. Our understanding of how aspirations are created and why some people take action doesn't match how businesses, teachers, and parents attempt to engage. When it comes to inspiring and upskilling a generation, we're tying one arm behind our back. When we ask primary school kids to draw what they want to be when they're older, what do you think they put? Dolphin? No, that was just me. Out of 13,000 7 to 11-year-olds, 70% of them wanted the same 10 jobs. But here's what's interesting. They weren't all fun jobs. The top 10 wasn't the jobs that are highest paying. It's not even as obvious as the jobs that employ the most people around us. Teacher, vet, scientist, lined up alongside footballer, social media careers, and musician in the top 10. These are the careers that young people are most aware of, the ones they can most easily see. So when we ask young people, what do you want to be when you grow up, how can they pick anything else? Start by showing people it exists. If you want to create a generation of entrepreneurs, or female football players, or TikTok influencers, you start by showing them it exists. Of course, aspirations and awareness, they're only part of the careers puzzle. I'd argue they're those corner pieces that you start with, and everything else builds from there. Oh, here's a fun game. What careers would be a good fit for someone that enjoys or is good at maths lessons? And did you only think of jobs that involve numbers? Like accountant or actuary or maths teacher? This might be a controversial opinion. Math lessons aren't really about numbers. Well, maybe they are in primary school, but by the time you get to secondary school, the numbers become letters, and the simple sums become complex and arbitrary equations. Young people are asking, why are we learning this? Some students hate math, but some students love it. And there's some really interesting statistics that back this up, especially amongst teenagers. It's kind of a Marmite subject. So what happens when we look beyond numbers? Then math lessons are actually about spotting patterns. It's about problem solving. It's about logical thinking. If I said, fun game, what careers would be a good fit for someone that enjoys or is good at problem solving? Chances are you think of a wider range of careers. And that goes some way to answering those students that ask, why are we learning this? And here's the thing. It's the same with science. It's the same with art. And it's the same with English. We don't really need to learn about Shakespeare in particular, but we do want the young people in our lives to be able to communicate, to express themselves, to be creative. Isn't that what English lessons are really about? If we want the young people in our lives to have more of those skills, perhaps we ought to make that link and the link to careers a little bit stronger. Now, when I talk to people about their careers education, I'm left with the feeling that most of us want a revolution. No, we're closer than that. We just need to tweak our sights and remind ourselves why we're teaching these. We don't have to pick between teaching, development, learning, or interest, relevance, fun, we know how to bring those together. Take something like football as an example. Young people are left with the feeling that being good at or enjoying football means the only careers they can be good at are careers in football. But what about leadership? What about teamwork? Skills that they're learning because they are fun. The bottleneck to creating a generation of entrepreneurs or scientists or any other career is engagement. So, let's start growing the awareness of the thousands of jobs that exist. If young people want the same 10, that is no fault of their own. Let's challenge the perceptions of young people that may instinctively think a certain career isn't for them. And let's encourage the young people in our lives to grow their skills in the same way they're developing those aspirations. First, I think it's time to ditch the question, what do you want to be when you grow up?